Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and
A blaster does
exploration.
I can't argue with that, but I mean, this lightsaber thing, that's something else.
It's not the weapon. It's the person who wields it.
Sure. If I held that thing, I might lose an arm.
That's okay. You've got enough to spare.
Right, so yes.
Time to land. Get up here.
Said this is going to be exploration time now from the journey that we've already done. So we're going back to Bogano now. Although I've actually done a majority of Bogano, there are some places I still need to do. Some areas I still need to do. So I'm not going to do very much in the way of talking with this, but I will be setting a set follow patterns. So what will happen is that I will go to certain areas that I've already gone to that I didn't do or go or main story, and so this was a secret area which you can pretty much go to once you've got the force push ability. So this is the first, if you decide to do this after you've done the journey, this is the best place to do it. Okay, so obviously this is where you'll get one of your crew members, one of the little goblin things, creatures will come down, get trapped in here, use the force push to open that, go in, interact with it, but you will also need to actually go in so that it actually allows the character to board this mantis. This I've already explained here. When you do this, it's best to stand here, do the force push, and then, if quick enough, actually freeze it, preferably onto the white chalky area. And if you have, then gives you enough, come here and force push it so that it stays on the white chalky area, so that it then lands into this area here. Once you've done that, it will open up that gateway there. Then you'll get one of the stem canisters. So that is the first part. So from this point onwards, I'll talk at points that I have actually done, and what I went through for you to actually do that. So this may be in the aspect of where what I'm doing will be actually as I'm doing it after I've actually the whole journey, and as I say, I will actually then say to you at various points of what I did in order to achieve that part. So as I say, I'm going to keep quiet now, so I will on and off, so you will hear some clipping noises, but you'll see where I'm going from the actual part of where I'm actually going in the through Cal himself. Okay. I just thought that I should say that obviously some aspects of this you will have probably done through the actual already, So don't be too lost if you need to go back. I mean, you by all means you can completely and utterly avoid going to these particular areas if you wish to.
Why do you feel the need to try and teach people? Crave this, crave that. Knowledge is power. Knowing these things can
Right, so this bit here, it leads you to this chest here, and obviously you saw what I did just to get to that part. Now you can see that obviously because we after are some of the stormtroopers there. Now down here is you'll see that I'm going to keep saying Bokoblin. Sorry, I'm getting my mixed up with Zelda. Anyway, you'll see that creature, the one that you will get one of on board, and you can actually do the false echo on this. So that will be done in that respect. So the next stage will be to go, if you're doing this after, would be to go it's not exactly what I wanted to do. Anyway, you've basically seen what I did. You need to basically run through this to actually get up to the vines there, just to get the chest that's actually on the top there. So let me try and do it so you can see what I mean. I think my trouble is right, so this is how you are supposed to actually get to this, but as you can very well see, it's already been opened, and I didn't actually get to it that way. It was actually via this bit here. I got to it by double jumping. Now in most cases you'll see the entrance just down there to the Ogdo boss. So in this case, if you've already done the Ogdo boss, do not worry about it. Just literally, you know, you could ignore it, but otherwise, I will show you what exactly. Okay, so what you can do is you can double jump to over here. And if you go to over here, you'll be able to collect a fauna for the terrarium for Grease. Do you know what? I'm standing here and they are not even remotely looking at me. And then if you go round here, which I've seen in one of my journeys, you'll see that you'll come to a Zepho statue, to which obviously you can get a false echo. So of course naturally if you're doing this after you have played the game,
Can't win, can ya? Smash him! Whole squad is down. Move, move! Stop moving and fight!
right now, there is a trophy where you can get the evasion kick and that, which is suggested that you do one of the ones that I just literally got back then, and I will try if I can and attempt to do it the next time I see it, because you, in order to get it, you need to do it without actually injuring or firing the actual one of them. You literally have to beat them by just kicking them. So okay, so let me just get to the next stage of where we're going.
There's the Jedi! Okay, okay. Don't know what you want. I'll keep trying. Actually got it. Move up! Okay. Watch out! Get the cover! I'm gonna shoot him! I can't land a hit! I think I'm done. How did you kill them all? Launching again? I know I've got this!
Well, you can see that was an epic fail on my part to do the kick. I got a feeling on buttons, so I may need to just double check on that. But I have to say I love the way he just blew the lightsaber as if to say, yeah, that was easy. But it was good to see that I got a skill point. So obviously you can get skill points still from this, which is good. And after he just, the stormtrooper just suddenly disappeared. Wow. I don't know what to say about that. Right, so there's a bit here basically where you'll need to use the force pull to bring that down. And essentially what we're doing here is basically going to this point here. Now, bit here you'll find that there are 3 Ogdos that will need to be defeated. if you force pull, you'll pull out the tongue, and if you saber it, then you get a for that. All of that time the stormtroopers are just standing there. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever, we'll let you deal with it. Right, so this is a I basically
need
come
help.
here for was just for
Feeling
that
much
basically.
better. Thanks.
On my way. Too far.
Right, we're not actually going to deal with them because, well, we can just to get the skill points, if I'm going to be honest. But what you will find is this bit is a major puzzle. Now, to get into this bit here, you will need to let go of the rope, double jump, and full slow it as you go in. Oh, well, you basically got the idea from that. Oh. The trouble is, when you do that, you have to be as close as possible, basically. There we go. So when you do get in here, basically BD1 will scan that as part of Eno Cordova's log, and obviously you've then got that there as well. Now actually, to get out of here will just be the way you would have come in at a certain point. As you can see, we've already got the false echo that's there, so there's no need to go over there for anything. Okay, it does help if I do press the right buttons. Right, okay, so let's just go to my next. Right, so obviously this would be a good point. Actually, legendary go. Obviously, at this point, you may well have already fought it. You may not have done. While it's a good idea to use your lightsaber to light your way through, BD1 can light it. And here, this is where. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. Completely unexpected. But they do give large skill points, so don't be too what's it anyway. In here you would normally find the legendary Ogdo, which you would battle, and over here a Force Echo, which you will have seen me do all this already. Here obviously there's a there, so while that was a little irritating, or it can be irritating because you're constantly seeing them, as I say, they do give you actual much needed skill points. So if you're still trying to, if I show you the skill tree, if you're still trying to get some of the skills like I am here, they will be useful. Okay, so disheartened I would say if you get them. Okay, so let me just get to the next. Right, so if you've done this area already, you'll know that obviously BD1 will scan this area, and if you go into this point here, there is a Force Echo that's related to possibly Cordova, and then obviously you have this area here which is part of the main story. Now, I didn't know about this, but if you actually go back in here, this is an actual scanning area for him.
Examinations of the sphere proved fruitful.
So yeah, I didn't know this. Obviously, it's the customization area of the lightsaber. So even though you do come into this point as part of the main story, by all means do come back again just so you can get that save or that scan bit. Obviously we would now go into this bit here. It takes us into where Cordova actually slept. Now when you come in, this will actually be dark, so BD1, if you've got this the slice, it will be able to then go over there, slice that and bring the lights up. It will open up this area to where you will then find another box to get something. Okay, so obviously you'll find the next stage will be this that's highlighted. Now, if you've been to this bit already, you'll know that this here is an area also for interest scanning from BD1. I think you may have seen me do that actually in the actual game, but I can't remember, to be honest. So I just thought I'd just really show you. Obviously, this takes you to this bit here, and of course over here, if you haven't already done it in the game, there's a box here for you to raid as well. And if we go, this will take to another area. So what I find great is you can actually see what is under there. So I think, for me, when I was doing off camera, or off recording, I should say, I found it really great to just go and explore the whole area. I soon discovered that you will need some of your abilities that you learn along the way to do some of it. And I even went to some areas that I didn't realise important. So this is one of the reasons why, there was a point to them and I just didn't know there was. So this is why I'm going through this with you now. So let me just get to the next area again. Now, just in case, I am following some kind of guideline, so don't be too disheartened by the fact I'm not doing too much at once, because I want to make sure you get everything right for what you're going to follow, whichever way you do it, whether it be in the game or not. So
For the Empire, I fought for sport. Undefeated. At least in those fights, you had a chance. I'm still standing, aren't I? Still got it.
right, so on this bit here, you'll remember that there is you may have actually done this. There's a box in here where you can get a collection, and if you go over here, you'll see actually it doesn't.
This tool was used by someone eager to reach the vault.
Right, so this was good because anybody that has watched this so far will probably remember that at some point in the original journey I started, I'd actually done that point in the beginning. Clearly, as you just saw, I didn't do it in the journey that I continued to do. Some mess ups in the previous one we started, so that was quite good to do that, because I would never have realised that I would have forgotten it. There will be some benefits to me doing this as I go along. So okay, so that's that, and obviously at this point you can meditate and that if you wish to, but I'm going to wait till I get another skill point before I upload another or before I do that. So
My boots are always a little loose. Just go talk to the quartermaster droid. I tried, but I think it hates me. Stop complaining.
what I will say is, while you're doing this, there are a lot of things like that box that I just went to just now, where you'll need to actually get BD1 to slice it. Now there is a point here that where there is a muddy bit which I went down previously, but which in the actual thing in the actual recording, but I didn't actually understand the point to it. Right, I'll probably have to do that again because there is a bit of a trick to this. Nope. Ah. Okay. So there we go. The reason we need to do false echo just here.
Bones. Yeah, but they're incredibly old. Can't tell much from them.
Right, so there is a bit here. You'll find there's going to be... Right. Get this sensation that they call. I've just
Ancient burial site.
Location. So 5. Right, so when you get down to this bit, all you'll find will actually take us back to the bit that we came down from with the zip line just there. So, yeah, I'm quite pleased actually I got that trophy, and I hope that the recording has picked that up, because I know I've seen for some people that I follow that they can get a trophy and it will show up, but yet on mine for some reason it doesn't show. So I don't know if maybe something they put as an overlay onto it when it happens. I don't know, and I'm not got the talent really to do, overlay it myself. So right, so sorry, just bear with me. Let me get to the next point. Right, so you probably noticed that the Ogdo and all that have here, which I do think is, and that this, as you just see, obviously creeps up. Now, we're not actually going to go into this bit, but we're going to go over here. You would have seen me do this, but just in the event that, for the sake of anybody that's not done it in the game, or this is where you'll get this box here. in most cases you'll probably instinctively go for it anyway, because when you come down that zip line there, you do see it all as you're coming down. So it will naturally, this kind of guides you to that direction. So right, let me just get to the next point. Right, so we're going to have a point here which I didn't know existed. This point here. But then I say come here via another way. Sorry, I'm just because when I did this, I didn't do it the way that this guides that I'm following actually was it. But yes, the reason I came here was because just at this point here is a sense echo. So that was the reason for coming to this point. Now, of course, naturally, if you follow through with this, there are two boxes up here, one of which will need to be sliced and one which won't. Once you've got those, then obviously this should be more or less completed, because I don't think there was actually anything else I needed to do here at the time. And I don't think there's only 2 seeds you get from here for the terrarium as well, and I think I actually already got both of those. I showed you one location, and the first one I think you get is on the actual landing pad of Bogano. So and what I would suggest is if you do this early enough in the game, once you get some certain things like the you'll find that you can actually get the double lightsaber, or dual lightsaber as I like to call it, in the game. There are some people out there that tell you how you can get the actual dual lightsaber on Kashyyyk when you get to the origin tree and that. Right, just so you also know, this is also another scanning point for BD1 in the Cordova sense point, and my controller is racing like hell right now. So we're going to go back down this way. just as well as a Jedi, isn't it? Right, now, this is pretty much... oh, actually, this is... What's it? I might actually save at this point. Right, okay, sorry. I actually came up or went the wrong way. What we're doing is we need to go through there. So, now there is a logical reason to this, and something I would never have thought of. But this is the point where we learn how to walk across... Oh, Beatty once found something, so...
Always finding great stuff. Good job, BD.
So that's something I didn't know he could do at any point. There is, here, if you come back to here, a good reason why we're doing so... Oh. Right, as you saw pretty much, that was a big fail. There we go, that's the reason why we've come here, because there's an echo sense here.
It was Cordova's. He was troubled by endless war, determined that the Jedi were making a mistake and what he was doing here was more important.
Right, so as you probably heard, that was, what's it now? There is actual for something you need to do. Now, essentially what you're doing, basically, is that the ropes that you just pull in is going to take you back out up to this point here. So, if you drop down there, like I just did, please do not worry yourself that you have to do that. Because, as I say, all it does is push you back to a point that just takes you up there and will take you back in here. To the actual point, I believe, that's up there. So what we're going to do is we will So what it essentially does is it brings you out to a point about here. try and do is I'll try and get you fail to get back to that point. So just bear with me so I can see exactly where you would need to get and what we're doing now already, which is what I did, which is an echo sense again. Yeah, so basically, where this is going to take you is to that point there actually, and I, for some reason, I thought I had actually got that. So it looks like I'm going to have to go back. Hey, sorry guys. I actually thought that was something I'd already got, so looks like I'm going to have to do that all again, whether I like it or not. Right, so this is going to be frustrating. So the idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the recording here because I desperately need to go to the restroom. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell, and part 2 of this will be coming pretty much as soon as I can get up there. Okay, have a very good afternoon.